Oh, tomorrow program is on time as well, Wednesday inshallah. The sisters program is still doing tafsir of Judu Amma. We are now in Surah Al-Nazi'at. MashaAllah, it's getting a lot of popularity. I've been getting actually a lot of pressure from some people, some sisters are asking to record the event. And honestly, I don't want to record the event because this is a treat for the sisters that they come for. And if we record that, it loses its momentum and it's value for some of the sisters who feel special taking this class inshallah. In the evening as well, we're starting a new lecture series. We're done with the signs of the Day of Judgment. Starting tomorrow inshallah, after Saturday night, we'll be having the first session on the hereafter, meaning the blowing the trumpet and nothing the sword, and what happens after that until Jannah and Jahannam. Allah protects us from Jahannam and send us all to Jannah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu alaihi wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. Thumma amma ba'd. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Hadith Aisha radiallahu anha, he used to repeat this dua. It's a very short dua. We've already explained some of the words, but there are two more new words that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned here. In this dua, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min fitnati an-nar wa 'adhab an-nar wa min sharr al-ghina wal-faqr wa min sharr al-ghina wal-faqr. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min fitnati an-nar وعذاب النار ومن شر الغنى والفقر. حديث رواه أبو داود والترمذي. In the translation, the Prophet ﷺ used to say, "O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the trials and the torment of the fire and from the evils of wealth and poverty." Interesting statements over here. The Prophet ﷺ says, "A'udhu bika," and we said, whenever you hear the word "A'udhu bika," what do you understand now? Something evil. You seek protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from these things. Then he says, "Min fitnatin nar wa adhabin nar." Fitnatin nar wa adhabin nar. The trials of the fire and the torment of the fire. What's the difference? What's the difference, Jama'ah? The trials of the fire, fitnatin nar wa adhabin nar, and the torment of the fire. Yes.
Is it the fitnas in this life that will take you to Jannah?
The fitna, which are the trials that would lead the people to go to Jahannam, the fitna in this world, that's a possibility, but it's not actually. What else? Sirat al-Mustaqim. The trials, just basically to be exposed to the fire without even being punished over there. You see, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that on the Day of Judgment, people will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Maryam, وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْضِيًّا. That each and every one of you shall go by the fire, shall be exposed to the fire. So each and everybody, those who go into Al-Jannah, they're going to have to go there. So the Prophet ﷺ is asking us over here to seek refuge with Allah subhanahu from the trials of the fire. Because when you go across the bridge, people are going to go on different speeds. According to what? Their deeds. So you don't want to be among the slow people who will be slow as they cross the bridge. So they're going to see a lot of fitan down there. They might not be punished, but just the idea of you crossing over Jahannam, seeing that, it's just scary. Also, the last one who crosses the bridge, as the Prophet ﷺ said, who's not going to be thrown into Jahannam, but he will be crawling on the bridge until he crosses that bridge, and he will be scorched on the side. This just being exposed to the heat, not to the fire, so just to the heat that comes from the fire. This person will be kind of scorched. Why? Because he had some issues that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants him to be purified from before he goes through. So you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you from fitnatin nar. Also could be fitnatin nar, the trial of the fire in the grave. The trial of the fire in the grave. And then adhab nar, that is definite if someone, may Allah protect us all, being exposed to the actual torment of Jahannam. Because even those who cross the bridge, as they cross the bridge, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith that they will be taken by hooks that will hook them as they try to go across. They will just grab them, snatch them, and will throw them into Jahannam. And that's when the believers are asking Allah, Ya Rabb, we had some brothers and sisters, they used to pray with us, they used to fast with us, we don't see them anymore. And Allah will give them the command to look into Jahannam, and they see them over there. But they will be able to recognize them through the iman that is glowing in their hearts, and also the signs of wudu and sujood of salah. So they will pull them out by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the permission of Allah azza wa jal, through the shafa'ah and intercession of the believers. So you seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the trial of the fire and from the torment of the fire. Then he said, وَمِن شَرِّ الْغِنَى وَالْفَقْرِ, and from the evil of wealth and poverty. From the evil of wealth and poverty. We understand the evil of poverty, right? You're poor, unable to achieve this or get that, and so on and so on. How could al-ghina, yani wealth, had evil? Is it even possible? Absolutely. I mean, people when they get rich, subhanAllah, it's a great distraction. It's a huge distraction, Jama'ah. You see, you work so hard to get rich, but once you get rich, you start working harder not to get poor. That's the problem. You always work so hard while you're poor so you can become rich. Once you become rich, now all your life is just to serve your wealth. You spend all your life to serve your wealth so you don't go back again to where you started from or you came from. And the evil of ghina, the evil of course of wealth is people taking that wealth for granted and not being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and eventually that wealth become a source of fitna for them, disobeying Allah Azza wa Jal. And usually in our perception, when we talk about wealthy people, they also associate a word with it. When they say about someone that is really rich, what do they say? Yeah, I wish it was that. Filthy rich, they say. Filthy rich. Why? Because in the perception, when you're rich, most likely people with their wealth would use different means and use it for different ways. That most likely not the most preferable ways perhaps. So you ask Allah to protect you from that, because rich people can also be righteous, can be good, can have a lot of virtues. So may Allah make you among those people. Also, the poverty has also evil. So evil, how could a poor person be evil? Shouldn't it be humble? Shouldn't that poor person be feeling down and just looking for the charity of people and so on? No, not all poor people would do that. Some poor people they would rebel. They will reject the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and when they try to get themselves out of poverty, they use really nasty means of getting out of poverty. Stealing, killing, whatever they do to get out of that. So being also poor has its own evils. And sometimes also being poor, it's a huge distraction from worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because you're too busy earning for living that you don't even make life for yourself. Too busy to earn for living that there is no time enough for you to read the Quran, come to the masjid, do your salah, and so on. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from that, Jama'ah. So the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, again, let's repeat that inshallah ta'ala. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min fitnatin nar wa adhabin nar wa min sharri al-ghina wal faqr. Allahumma ameen. Now,
this is when you are stirring. That means you are in certain thought, certain path, certain situation, and then you switch. Something happened to you and you switch. After that, there is no switching. Whatever you have, your status is going to stay the same. If you are from Ahlul Nar, you're going to be from Ahlul Nar. If you are from Ahlul Jannah, you're going to be from Ahlul Jannah.
are we talking about dunya?
I mean fitna, the word fitna.
No, fitna doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, people fluctuate. People they go up and down with their iman. Yani.
In the hereafter?
The hereafter is done. I'm talking about dunya.
No, I'm associating the fitna to nar.
No.
It cannot be whenever we are in the hereafter, like Salat Mustaqim and everything. Because at that time, it's a done deal. I mean, whatever it's going to happen, you cannot...
But you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you even from being scared and afraid, from being exposed to the fire. Why don't you ask Allah to take you to be among those who go straight to Al-Jannah? The 70,000 people who would never be exposed to that trial even at all. Why don't you ask Allah to become among the shuhada who's already in Al-Jannah? Don't have to worry about Jahannam. So even the trial of being exposed to Jahannam, you don't want that. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you from this. Also, when you are questioned with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah is informing you of what you've done, that's a scary event by itself. It's a trial. So again, that the exact identification of Allah, but that's a possibility. Could be something in the dunya, the trial of the fire in this dunya, that's a possibility. Allahu A'lam. So the trial will be in the dunya, and the trial will be in the dunya, which is the fitna, and the adhab will be in the akhirah. Allahu A'lam. نعم تفضل.
The verdict of going to the heaven of hell, will the people know before they enter the
The verdict to go to Jahannam or Jannah, would it be possible for the people to know that before they cross the bridge? The answer is coming in the series that's starting tomorrow, inshallah. Nah. But you're going to have to attend it, inshallah. Yes, you had a question?
Not a question, but what the brother said.
Uh-huh.
Even if someone is a very bad person,
Uh-huh.
he is going to go to Jahannam.
Nah.
When he's going to Jahannam, he's going to pass by the people of Jannah.
True.
And they can't intercede for him because they did something good.
If they were, of course, if they've done good.
Right.
No, that's true. But I think his question was the fitna. It's something that needs to be in the dunya, because once you say akhirah, it's done deal, it's over. There is no return.
Yeah, but
No.
if someone leaves good children, sadaqah, jariyah,
Mhm.
those are going to go in his good books, right?
True, true. But again, there is no guarantee until you have both feet in al-Jannah. Wallahu a'lam. خير إن شاء الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. One more time, let's remind you when the program started. Listen, so tomorrow